Hello and welcome to this quick walkthrough of Google ADK. I'm going to show you how to build your first agent with Google ADK. There are two techniques of creating agents. The first one is the imperative mechanism, where we can create a YAML file that doesn't contain code but a declarative way of creating an agent. The second technique is an imperative way, where we can write Python code or Java code to create an agent. Let's get started with the very first technique, which is the declarative way of creating an agent. So for that, I'm going to source my virtual environment and then run one command that basically installs the Google ADK Python module. So once this is done, I'm going to run ADK -version. Now this command confirms the installation of ADK and it comes back with the version which is 1.17. Perfect. Now we are ready to create our first agent. So let me navigate to my directory called demo1. This is currently empty and I'm going to run a command which is ADK create, type is equal to config, and name of the agent is hello agent. The key thing here is type is equal to config. Now this instructs ADK to scaffold an agent through YAML instead of writing code. So let's go ahead and run this. It's going to prompt us with a few things. The first one is the model. I'm going to choose the first one, Gemini 2.5 Flash. And the second one is Google AI Studio versus Vertex AI. I want to use Google AI. And then it picks up my API key from the environment variable. I'll accept the default. And this results in the creation of a new directory called hello agent. And this is the name of the agent that we have given. So let's explore this further. Within the new directory, there are three files. The first one is a .env file. The second is an init.py, which is an empty file. And the third one is a YAML file. Let's first take a look at the env file. So the environment variable file contains the settings that we have chosen during the scaffolding. So Vertex AI is 0, which means by default it's going to use Google AI Studio, and then it shows us the API key. And then we have the root agent.yaml. And at this point, root agent contains just the name, and name holds a lot of significance. Root agent is a reserved mechanism or the name that is going to act as an entry point. More on that later. So the name of the agent is root agent, description, instruction, and then the model. So with that in place, we are ready to launch the web UI to access this. So I'm going to run ADK web and then use localhost 8000, and we can actually see that hello agent, which is the only agent we have in the directory, is automatically selected. And I'm going to now ask a couple of questions to the agent. The first one is related to the recent Women's Cricket World Cup. Who won the World Cup? So obviously Gemini is not ready to answer that because it doesn't have the most recent information. So we need to add a tool which will ground this agent in Google search. So we are going to use an inbuilt tool of Google search to empower this agent to come back with factual responses and correct answers. So let's leave this as is and go back to our command prompt. Stop the ADK web that's already running. Go to hello agent and open the root agent.yaml and just add one line to the existing agent. So that is basically tools. So we add a new key called tools and a new element called Google search. That's it. Now we are ready to come back to the parent directory and launch ADK web. Bring back Safari and go to localhost 8000 and ask exactly the same question. Now this time, because the agent is grounded, it's going to come back to us with the correct response. So who won the Women's Cricket World Cup 2025? And it comes back with the right answer, India. And the tournament was hosted by India and Sri Lanka from September 30th, and all the right facts. And if we actually click on this icon, it even shows that the root agent now has access to Google search, and it accessed Wikipedia, ICC Cricket, and all the right sources to give us a grounded response. Now, let's ask another cricket related question. Currently, India is touring Australia for a series, and I want to check when is the next T20 match between India and Australia. So I'm going to run this prompt, and it's going to come back to us with hopefully the correct response. Yes, that's right. November 6th is when the next T20 is scheduled. So it again uses various sites to perform Google search, and it comes back with the right response. Perfect. So now we have seen how we could declaratively create an agent and then ground it with Google search and make sure that we're getting factually correct responses. So that's a declarative way of creating agents. In the next demo, I'll show you how to create exactly the same thing but using code. Stay tuned. Okay, so we are ready to create the second agent, but this time we are going to use code instead of YAML. And this is the imperative way of creating ADK agents. So let me navigate to demo2 directory. It's currently empty, and I'm going to run this command adk create type is equal to code instead of config. Choose Gemini 2.5 Flash, choose Google AI, accept the key, and we get back exactly the same directory as the previous demo. The only difference here is there is a Python file instead of a YAML file. So let's open that. And here you actually notice that there is an import command and then the agent definition. So we are now ready to launch. Let's go back to the parent directory and run ADK web. This is going to bring back the web UI. Let's refresh, and we'll use exactly the same prompt as the previous. And I'll show you how to add a tool to the code agent. Okay, so again, we are not getting the accurate response. Let's come back, stop this, and then open the hello agent followed by the agent.py, and we'll add a couple of lines. The first one is we are going to import the inbuilt tools of Google ADK and specifically Google search. And after that, I'm just going to add a tools list to the agent, and this is the programmatic way of adding, or rather empowering, the agent with a tool. So now we are ready to relaunch this. We'll run ADK web, come back to the browser, do a refresh, and ask a very similar question. So when is the next T20 match between Australia and India? And this time, because we have given the tool, it's going to perform the Google search and it would come back with the exact result. Now it shows the entire schedule. The next match is on November 6th. Again, clicking on this will show us that it is accessing Google search and it has gone to multiple sites to get these facts and responses. So that's how simple it is to create your first agent in Google ADK. We have seen how to do it imperatively, that is through the YAML file, and declaratively through YAML file, and imperatively through the code. I hope you found this useful. Subscribe to my YouTube channel. The link is given below, and I bring you additional content on Google ADK very soon. Stay tuned. Thank you.